Actually, the wall came in front.
The wall comes through. Shock have actually been pushed down to the low ground now, but the battle continues. Nero does not want to get caught out of position here. Trying to get the freeze up onto Fearless. Fearless facing away now. The Amp Matrix goes down. Another freeze comes through. Nero just about getting into the ice block. The point will flip over to Dallas here, but the player's still alive now for the Shock, backing out of the fight. The Amp Matrix used from the high ground here, and that is brutal! Striker, given all the damage in the world to work with here. Violet as well, just raining down the heels, keeping it.
Stops you getting kind of bogged. However, Nero is going to bog them a little bit further, but Big Shatter actually not bad. Super lays it down. Striker lets loose the dead. Kill and Jexer. They use Blizzard too, which is a little bit of a surprise. I thought you'd save that for the next fight, but I guess you get almost a complete team kill here.
Kind of nasty, honestly. Just Handbin
oh,
comes
that's
up.
a bait.
Oh
my, he took the bait. Hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, he took the bait. The Blizzard comes through. Dallas trying to turn it around. Oh. Fearless, that is massive. What an Earth Shatter. And that set up their team beautifully now to pick up all of these players. Has to hold the shield here. You've got to respect Striker, but Striker will fall shortly afterwards. Despite that early loss of Handbin.
Humongous wall used by Sparkle to separate the rest of the Shock.
Yeah, this gets so difficult to try and push through here with this symbol up close. The Shock have kind of wrapped around and taken a high ground approach, but look at this damage. Dallas Fuel opting to use the sound barrier here just to really seal out this win. It looked like they were winning the team fight anyway. You can argue it was a bit of a waste, but it does indeed let them win the team fight without taking any more casualties. Wonderful play from Doha. You can see the Amp Matrix is used there by Dallas. Striker trying to opt around into the high ground here, but he's being pressured from the side. Violet goes down. That's going to be a significant lack of heals and damage now. Shock have got to go back here and rethink how they're going to be pushing into this one, but FD God actually walks away with a two-piece. FD God actually finding so many opportunities for the team to try and clutch this up. He said he wasn't happy with his performance recently, but he's turning up right now when it matters still. Shock need to consider, do they need to...
Solo kills almost. Wall's going to come out again, Brent. Super's in trouble.
Yeah, the sound barrier will connect onto all of them, but Super frozen up. The Immortality Field is just a little bit too late here, and as the overtime burns now for Dallas, they're in prime position to take this away. Self-destruct actually catches onto Sparkle, and that's a lot of damage going to be missing now. Nero going to be stalling this one out as the Ice Box is used. Oh, Striker in a bit of trouble. Overtime needs to be pushed now. Still the Shock not going to be able to get back onto the point, and the Dallas Fuel are the ones who are walking away with round number 1 in this map. Target's going to be getting very low. Super just has to hold the shield against this one. Trying to swing into them, but a nice shield bash from Jexer will force him away for the time being, and now the shield is getting brought very, very low. Another huge bio nade. Doha combos it up as well, as he's moved over to the Echo. The Sticky Bomb's getting so much work done.
The last loss they received against him was their very first match back in 2018. This could be a complete flip around. There's a nano boost actually onto Fearless. He does get frozen. However, Clone Shadow's going to hit 3 people. Doha's going crazy, man.
I mean, this is ridiculous. The Dallas Fuel, again, exceeding all expectations. Tries to go for the other shadow. Another big Bionade is going to be forcing the Shock back for a time being, but now they're going to be engaging back in. Dallas Fuel have to use ultimates here, and a big self-destruct will catch on to FD God, but the Blizzard is going to set them up. They need to take out Jexer, but look at the peel coming out from Handbin. Great defense matrix, saves him for a time. It's still an even fight right now, Jack. And it looks like the Dallas Fuel are the ones who are coming out on top.
Yeah, that peel from Handbin there to make sure...
The point's going to be contested here. Super tries to get the environmental kill, but Violet goes down. And that would have been a critical pick-off. Not going to have the coalescence being built up in this team fight. FD God falls next. It's all crumbling for them. Nero will get the one. You don't want to count the Shock out just yet, but the Dallas Fuel have got great control over the way that this fight is going. The Pulse Bomb will bring an end to it. Nero trying to clutch it up as Fielder will fall, but a Striker goes down. The overtime is going to start to get burnt down. Violet with no more fade. It's looking almost inevitable once more here. The Dallas Fuel, I'll be honest with you, Jack, no one was really expecting this. They thought the possibility could be there of the upset, but the Dallas Fuel... The attempts now, and the counter dive from Smurf actually trying to block them off. The bubble, oh, it's not enough. Sparkle just eviscerates him, takes him out of the game. And a Shock have got to think, okay, how do we even salvage this one now? The Dallas Fuel obviously not going to be letting up in the slightest. Everybody moving up to the high ground here, but the point is being contested. The Shock have but a moment now to try and recontest this one. They haven't been pushed off the high ground position. Again, the bubble. Nice sleep dart here onto Sparkle. It's going to take him out of the team fight. Nobody on the point as well, which is an important factor in this one. FD God going down early, could hammer it, and now the Coalescence is just going to beam them all down. Nobody can really withstand that one, especially with how grouped up they were playing. The Dallas Fuel.
It's one, and it's Striker, and he's not going to die. Smurf gets nano.
That's true. Yeah. It's going to be finding a lack of value from that one, but still the Shock. They want to bounce right back into this one. Violet on the Echo. All right, why not? Ooh, and it has worked out for them here. The Shock, Shock's doing a good job of just kiting them around. Violet still alive in its fight. Laying down consistent work. Hanbin eventually going to be removing him from the fight, but not before paying with his mech. The fight going on. Fearless just trying to set his team up for success here with the Primal Rage, and he does catch one. FD God forced out of it. Both the supports going down here. The Nano Boost is going to be on to Choi as a last-ditch effort to try and save this one, but he's getting chunked down also. 2.5 minutes left remaining. Violet desperate to try and clutch this one up with Striker.
Absolute God Gamer alert from Fearless. He managed to get the Nano into the Primal Rage both supports, and now they can open up with the Cold to push them all back. It's going to be tough for Shock to come into this one, but they got the rally to do it, Brent.
Yeah, the rally armor is going to be so big, and Hanbin gets taken down, could not remech in time. It's going to be taken out of this fight. Sparkle being forced off into the corners of this map here, and the Shock have managed to do it. They've staved them off. They don't want to overextend too much here, but Fearless going down means that they can push forward without fear of being punished. And that is a wonderful recontest from the Shock there. I mean, the presence of mind, I think.
Rig, and they should be good to go. Translocator goes up, EMP hits, and it hits FD God, Choi, and Violet.
Yeah, it's going to be catching onto the necessary targets. Smurf gets taken down. Striker tried to set something up at Hanbin, denying it. Going to be getting that pulse bomb. Duplicate comes off now with the bubble as well. Violet wants to try and clutch this one, but it's so hard to play into the Coalescence. Gets the healing though. Nano boost. It's massive coming out from him. Pulse bomb's going to miss as well. Sparkle, he's not going to be able to do this for them, and that's given the Shock an opening again. Violet's still alive, putting out so much damage. They just cannot withstand the pressure that Shock are emitting right now. And again, they fall short of the mark. Unable to just squeeze out that third tick.
Shotgun man, can he get... Oh, he didn't teleport correctly and actually landed on the ledge. So he can't actually now punish Smurf, who's going to drop on him.
That's going to be so bad for them now. The grab is going to be connecting onto a lot of them. Sparkle does end up taking down Smurf, though. Self-destruct from the high ground. Warming the remake. The EMP catches onto everyone alive onto the Shock. Is it enough to try and clean this one up? The damage is too much. Violet's still alive as the rally was still active. The bubbles have come back on as well. The players are taken off the point, and that will be the Dallas Fuel unable to complete that second.
Dallas Fuel, they send in Fearless. No nano boost available. Twilight's going to get his online so early, Brent. They might just use it to win the fight. Choi goes fairly low. The Dallas Fuel look like they have control at the moment, but Doha's getting just picked out of the sky. There's the nano boost.
Nano boost is going to be jumping straight onto the back line, and that should be enough to set them up as well. The Fuel, they had a pretty good read of it. They tried to just jump onto the back line of the Shock as the dive came through, kind of like trading the positions, but not enough.
Fuel Striker going for the 1v1 once more. He's going to take the mega health pack away, but Hanbin's going to use that grab. But they're going to trade grabs, in fact.
Okay, it works out better for the Fuel here. You can see the grabs onto the high ground, and Doha puts out so much damage. Striker wants to try and clutch this one out. The pulse bomb's committed. They do enough damage to take out Field. You can look at his Deadeye. Okay. He's trying to watch for the flank here. Does not want to get burst down by Doha. Doesn't want to get caught out. Smurf somehow gets that kill there, but the pulse bomb into the backline. Sparkle evening things up. Trying to secure it now for his team on the defense, and that is some wonderful work. Great counter-engage again from the Dallas Fuel. These teams just trading blow after blow. You never know who's going to be winning these team fights.
That was super unfortunate. Choi ended up grabbing and Striker was nowhere near to land in the pulse. Or maybe, well, he kind of was close by, but you'd have to lob it up into the air. And by the time he would...
Yeah, and look at this. The ultimate's being used here. The rally, the nano, everything being utilized. Dallas just back off. They just back away from this. And now they're grabbing close quarters. The Bionade just to lead into this one. It's brutal. The Shock are just not finding any openings for it. Sleep dart off onto the high ground. Doha's going to be slept up. Taken out of the fight momentarily, maybe turnable now with Twilight getting that kill. I believe they comboed into the shield bash as well. Be bashing Fielder down to the low ground, but the rally armor still going to be doing a ton of work now to grab. Hanbin going to be nanoed up to try and keep him alive in this fight. Striker cannot follow up. It's chaos and pandemonium onto the point. But ultimately, it leads to the Dallas Fuel winning it out once again. And Shock, they do not want to give up these team fights.
Yeah, these... Oh my god, they're still going. Okay, well, you might as well, to be fair. You have spawn advantage, right? These grabs from Choi that with no follow-up from Striker's Pulse are rather questionable, if I'm going to be honest, Bren. You need to grab that Zarya or, you know, the Winston if you know.
He spotted his target. The Pulse Bomb is going to miss, though. He needed that to connect. The initiation comes through. Violet going to be using that Deadeye. But look at the Bionade! What a dive attempt coming through. And Doa with the duplicate as well. He's found the 2K, but it's not over just yet. Violet finds somehow 2 picks out of it. It's not over, but the support line has been eviscerated from Shock. They do not have the heals necessary to try and win this one. Striker's got to keep this one going, but a Sticky Bombs lands, somehow finds the kill into Fielder, but not before he's taken out. The Dallas Fuel, such a great finish here on Volskaya, and oh my, Sparkle on the sim, TP right behind them, going to be breaking the ankles ever so slightly. And look at that, Striker goes down almost immediately, a lot less damage, a much better immortality field as well. They are just rolling over the Shock.
Oh boy, they're running out with the same thing they did at the very start of the day, or at the very start of the series even. They're having Sparkle on the sim. What does he do? He peeks around the corner. Where is their backline? With Doom. And you can punish the immortality fields as well.
There you go.
Goodbye.
Yep, and now they're going to be trying to freeze down Striking. See the walls being losing in close quarters. Oh my goodness, Fearless somehow finding the value there, but he will pay for it with his life. And the Shock with the quick adaptations should be able to hold the Dallas Fuel here at the choke point. What is that, Striker? Okay, forcing out the wall. He needs to be...
Is the rock, of course, but that's going to be used to counteract Deeper. It's going to be used to counteract so many things. That is an almighty big flux, though. Nice sound barrier to follow up, Brent.
Yeah, the sound barrier comes through and it's simply connecting, but look at the ults being committed. Super will fall eventually, frozen up by the Blizzard, as Doha and Nero are going to be trading them both out. The Meteor Strike to try and turn it around. Self-destruct actually ends up taking out Hambin as well. It was a better sound barrier though from the Dallas Fuel, and that's ultimately what's given them the edge in this fight. The Amp Matrix is going to be giving them all the damage they need on top of that one. They're going to be rolling this card over towards the bridge section now.
To make sure you can send yourself up the Exo Boots. Super might be in trouble here, Brent.
Yeah, and that freeze just opens him up to be the Earth Shatter as well. Fearless sends it in, the Immortalities, it is chaos! Chaos in this tiny corridor. You can barely see what's going on, but all you need to do is read the kill feed, and there you go, you can see the Dallas Fuel are the ones who come out on top of that one.
There were 12 people in that room, Brent. Well, he's about 30% away from the beat, but he should get on that line very soon. They've walled Fearless off again, he's in trouble, Bren.
He is in trouble. Fearless caught against the wall here. Has the Earth Shatter. The Blizzard comes up though. It's connected onto so many of them. If Super goes down, it's going to open things up again. And they've only got a couple of players left remaining. And this is where the snowball really begins to shine. I cannot believe what we're witnessing here. The Dallas Fuel just not letting off in the slightest. And the Shock, they've got ultimates. Let's take a listen in at the Dallas Fuel's comms here in the final moments. Sparkle's just looking for a lot of that early chunk down damage. The damage boosted rockets can do a lot of work if you can connect just one of them. You can see the peel attempt coming through from Choi as he tries to push Sparkle away. The Shock seem to be having a good attempt of this though. Nero building up a lot of his ult charge early on by setting up the rest of these kills with their team. And it is almost like a slow bleed now of the Fuel. Unable to really hold up onto this one. The hack onto Choi is going to open things up for them. But
Jexa has been
a little bit of trouble. Yeah, and Jexa will get taken down. So the Shock answering back very quickly.
Yeah, they should be able to cap this point, no problem. And the 402 tanks, and they should be good to go. But Nero's going to be waiting in the wings with one of his own.
Big EMP is going to be catching onto a lot of them. Violet didn't get caught though. The Coalescence comes through to try and heal them back up. Hack onto Fearless as well. And now the Sound Barrier comes back in, and look at that. So much damage being done off the back of this one. The quick switches, the adaptations, the Shock really prevailing here. Still, Violet will fall. It's not a clean end to the fight, but ultimately they do win it out. And the Shock can look to take this further forward. And the last...
The Pulse, though.
Okay, against the wall, and that's all you need. Doesn't necessarily need to find a target, but when it's close quarters like that, you can win it out still. This is a good fight to be taking as long as Violet stays alive. And Fearless going down means that all that damage done just converted into ult charge. The Coalescence getting built up now, but the EMP might just shut it all down. Doha catches it onto so many members of the opposition, but again, taking the fight indoors, very risky. Still, the Dallas Fuel more than capable of closing it out. And Going to be coming out.
And they're doing a good job of defending him.
Yeah, Fearless being beautiful so well, but a shock. They're doubling down. You're going to see the sound barrier being used here. Translocator. Okay, Violet's going to be beaming it down. He actually noticed where it was. Self-destruct coming over. Fade indoors. Not going to be getting caught out. In fact, Fielder is the one who's gone down. FT got putting in a lot of that damage, but look at the Primal Rage. That's exactly what Fearless wants. He's going to be mashing him against the walls. And as well, look at that, going to get a D-Mech onto Troy and forcing him to either reset off the edge or just change up his role, just being pressured out. This is beautiful work from the down. Shock still, they want to recontest this now. They reset a little bit and now they're taking the team fight as they steadily push the cart further forwards. But the Dallas Fuel have not been denied off this high ground yet, and now the Nana Boost coming onto Fearless means that they can be set up for all sorts of business. Okay, the post-bomb comes through, and Jexer just didn't have the shield necessary to block it. Striker with another one, possibly going to get a third. The heals coming through. Striker, are you kidding me? Trying to clutch this up for them, but the heals are still there, Jack. They haven't got rid of Fielder.
Sparkle ends up going down. Dallas Fuel are going to be able to recontest. They got Primal Rage coming up soon, as well as that here, but they're going to go for the engage.
Good engage comes through, but a counter engage immediately. Look at that Primal Rage. Fearless could be massive with it, and he's caught Violet off the edge, while the sleep dart comes onto Super. Not the same value. Fearless takes care of the backline. He might just be trying to take care of a third. He's going to return with the rest of his team, and the Dallas Fuel have brought them down to the final 30 seconds left. The Shock realize we need to reset. This is it. Final fight territory. To be able to contest the cart. Nero going to get the uncloak going, tries to get the hack off, but look at the peel attempt. Sparkle recognized it still. Striker is alive and the pulse bomb. The hopes and dreams, no one's on the cart! They didn't touch the cart! The Dallas Fuel, and I believe it was a hack onto Super that prevented him from touching the cart. The one thing that disrupted it.